What type of advice do men ask you? What's about, and what do you kind of advice do you give out? Give me an example.
Okay. So, all right, well, this is a fun conversation. Okay, so there's a great book called A Billion Wicked Thoughts. And what they've realized is, for so long, a lot of sexuality, right, that was studied in medicine, in psychology, was done on men. Honestly, a lot of medical things when it comes to, research and whatnot was done on men only. That's changing. But regardless, a lot of sexual psychology, a lot of sexual science was done just on men. Because, I mean, you guys, beautifully simple, right? You're hard or you're
Yes.
not, right? It's
Men
very
are
easy to
very
tell.
simple. Women are complicated.
We are complex, correct? And so when it
Complicated.
comes,
What's the difference between complex and complicated?
I think in my understanding, complicated has a negative undertone.
Oh,
Complex has a more delicate tone to it. Wouldn't you agree?
well, it definitely sounds a little nicer.
Yeah,
I agree to
exactly.
that. But you explained to me about the
Right.
experiments that's been done on
So
men. Go ahead.
within the last 20, 30 years, we've now been able to really study what turns women on. So now all the science is out. And what they've realized is that the same thing that happens to men in their brains when they watch porn happens to women when we read erotica.
Oh, okay.
Why? And because men are very visual and women are very mental. Why we're so complex, right? So when it
Amazing.
comes to the science behind it, now we have mass data. Now we can actually see what women are searching for when it comes to what they're reading on erotica, right? And what they've found is that with women, when you actually read, of course, me, when I read this book, can you imagine? I'm like, this is crazy. I immediately go and check myself out my first erotica book because I wanted to see if it was right. Sure enough, it was.
Amazing.
I'm like, no wonder so many men are addicted to porn. This is great. And what I realized is that when it comes to women, when you're reading these erotica books, only like 2% of the book is actually a sex scene. So much of the buildup, so much of the tension, so much of the sexuality behind the book of how we absorb as women the sexual energy in these books is the defining of the character. So let me ask you, who is your character? This is how I would design my entire program. Finding out who your character is in your story arc. Because a lot of men think, okay, if men are hunters, what does that make women?
Hunties.
Hunties, right? The prey, right?
Yes.
False. We are gatherers. We are gatherers. We gather information about you. As a man,
That's for sure.
your prey is your mission in life. Your prey is where you are going, right? Just like you saying, you're steering the ship.
Right.
We are gathering information to help you get there because we also want to go where you're going.
So
And we're
you're saying
and
that.
with the forces combined, we get there together.
So you're saying that this information that women are gathering about men steering the ship, they'll gather this information so they can follow the man, right?
Well, we want to go where they're going anyway. And what
Right.
we're finding now is women are going to get there regardless. And that's what's happening now is that because we don't need you for your money anymore, we're going there anyway.
Go.
Now,
But
we
I
don't need
noticed.
you. We don't need you. We want you. And that's honestly how it should be. I shouldn't have to rely on a man financially, or not even financially, because a lot of women want to do that, and a lot of men want to provide, and that's totally okay. Again, choice, option, right? But it also puts me, if we live in just that world where I am solely relying on a man, that creates a tremendous amount of risk because and there's another great book called The Value of Others. Well, great book up until the last two chapters. I had a challenge with that, but either way, Orion Taraban, great author. Um, where he talks about men being captains and women being passengers, right? And while I agree with most of it, of course, there's a little finessing I would change, but regardless, uh, you know, the whole point is that there's a pro and con to each. A man has to do a lot to become a captain. He can't just show up to the sexual marketplace and get passengers, right? You got to metaphorically build a boat, learn how to sail the boat, and chart a route.
Let me ask this because of time here. Women don't know what they want, and men who try to give them what they think they want end up going crazy, because you can never satisfy a woman because she never knows what she wants. Do you advise men not to give the woman what she wants, but lead her so that she can see what she wants or needs?
If you are constantly with women who don't know what they want, you are going after the wrong woman. Also, you're probably not hearing her, because I've never met a woman who didn't know what she wants.
Really?
Correct.
Women
When
don't
you
know.
when you make a woman feel like she has a seat at the table, metaphorically speaking, when she is free to speak her mind, she is now put in a position to understand what she wants. And that's the family that I was raised in. My father made me feel like I had a seat at the table, and
Amazing.
it made me into the person that knows exactly what she wants.
So it
And
sounds like your
therefore,
mother
I'm
did
able,
not. It sounds like your mother did not obey your father.
again, I don't know what you mean by obey. I'm
You know
sorry.
what that means.
I don't know what you mean, because when I hear obey, the story that I'm telling myself is my father gives my mother a set of rules and she must follow them. That if that's what you mean, that did not happen in my family, no.
That's amazing.